Welcome back to Team Innocent, everybody. We just had this countdown started. 45 minutes, which is plenty of time, and we gotta get out of here. The old man Kronos set a trap for us.
何？どうしたの、サキ？
The door is locked.
ドアがロックされてるのよ。
So Saki is trapped in the bridge.
ダメ。
なるほど、博士のトラップというわけね。エリアル、なんとかならない？
そっか、機関室から直接ブリッジのドアを稼働すれば開くはずだよ。
サキ、機関室。
だからブリッジから出られないんでしょうが。
She can't get out of the bridge.
じゃっじゃーん、あったしが行きます。
So Ariel's gonna go instead.
何も驚かなくったっていいじゃない。
There's another
さっき
room
はブリッジで動けないし。
that she can use to open the door.
コンピューター以外はダメでしょ。他に誰かいる？というわけでエリアルちゃんの出撃です。
大丈夫？
So Ariel is
エネル
coming.
ギーとメカのことならエリアルちゃんにお任せお任せ。
Our bouncy Ariel is coming.
行きます。
She's coming in the back way.
はい、リリス、サキ、着いたよん。でもここどこ？
いつも元気ね、エリアル。そこは強制排気用のダクト。そこから下に降りると第2層の通路に出れるわ。
了解了解。サキ、動力計が動いていないから機関室から動力を作動させるね。頼むわ、エリアル。お任せ。機関室 GO！
She's a little too happy, I think. So this is another reason why this second mission is pretty fun. You get to use another character. Ariel, which is probably everybody's favorite. She's so cute. Although I'm still not quite sure what those antenna things coming out of her back are for. But hey, she's a bio-engineered person, so... I guess there must be some reason for it. So it's basically just a reskinning of Saki, just with different colors. But it's kind of fun to, use a different character. And this is the only mission that we'll get to use her.
Ariel, そこの突き当たりの金網の向こうが船内よ。
そうは言われても頑丈そうよ。爆弾で吹っ飛ばすか電磁ナイフで切り裂くか、どっちでもいいから早くして。
囚われのお姫様がお怒りよ。早くね。
はーい。
The angry, trapped princess. She just wants to get out. So we're gonna have to blow this thing away, and conveniently we picked up a bomb in that previous room that was obviously sitting there on the floor. And it's got 25 seconds on it. So make sure to go back and then through the door and hide. I kind of cut out the 25-second wait just standing here. But want to make sure to go through the door or else the explosion fills that whole vent and it will kill poor Ariel. So kind of a back way into the ship, but yeah, we went through that vent to get into the ship. And now we're going to have to work our way to this other computer room to unlock the door to get Saki out. And the whole ship's going to blow up in 41 minutes. But it's plenty of time. So here's where she is. I thought I'd come by here first.
Saki, genki?
Hey, are you genki, Saki?
今のところはね。もうちょっと待ってね。機関室から強制的に開けるから。よろしく。ところでSaki、ここの小さな通気口からは出られないの？
She's like, what about this small ventilation duct here on the
どう
side?
やったらこの20センチ四方の穴から出られるっていうのよ。
Do you really think I can get through this 20 centimeter square
じゃな
hole?
いの？
Maybe you put on some weight, Saki.
ダイエットした方がいいわよ。
You should go on a diet.
くだらないこと言ってないで早くして。
Hurry, open the door.
お任せお任せ。
Kind of funny, they're joking about her. She's too fat to fit through such a small opening. So we're gonna have to go through this dangerous corridor again. Gotta be careful the angles of the fire and everything, and the cameras get burned in there. And that zombie is gone because we killed it with Saki. Wow, they can jump pretty high. It's too bad they didn't put more, like, platforming in this game. They could have easily. So we're running through the damage sections, and I'll go ahead and skip. Because we've seen most of the ship by now. So we'll take elevator 2 to this other computer room, which is on the opposite side of the ship. So this is the room we want to be in. Welcome to cargo ship Valhalla. Valhalla.
さて、私にお任せって。プリーズセットオレンジキー？私オレンジキーなんか持ってないよ。
She has to set the orange key to use this
エ
computer.
リアル？何Saki？
What's up, Saki?
それ私が持ってる。
I have the orange key.
何？
What?
だからオレンジキーを私が持っているのよ。
I have the orange key.
ああ、それじゃもらいに行くね、Saki。
So I'll come and get it, Saki.
もらいに行って、私はブリッジに閉じ込められてるのよ。
I'm in the bridge locked up here.
まあなんとかなるでしょう。今からブリッジに行くから。
So we gotta go all the way back to the bridge. So I'm gonna cut it out, but we gotta walk back to the bridge. And she's gonna pass us the key through that little opening that we were joking about she should slip through, but she's too fat. Okay, so I went back to the bridge, got the key, and now I'm back in this computer room. You can see the spinning green dot. And now let's use the computer. Down to 31 minutes, but still enough time.
さて、このエリアルちゃんにお任せ。セットオレンジキー。
She seems to be too happy about that.
まずは館内システムチェック。 ブリッジはどこどこ？
See, she'll be doing all this automatically, including entering the password,
パスワード？
so you don't have to
私知らない。
write it down.
リリス、そっちからデータのスキャンできる？ドアナンバー21454のパスワード。
了解。チェックするわ。
So she's asking Lidis to find the code for the door using the
ねえ、
computer.
まだなの？
And Saki's still upset,
今
waiting.
調べてるの。待ちなさい。
I'm looking it up. Please wait a moment. Such an impatient princess.
エリアル、出たわ。いい ?3709111。
37091。オッケー。リターン。
Return.
さっきはそのままホワイトパンサーに向かって。
So Saki's gonna go back to the White Panther, which is their ship.
エリアル、急いでよ。遅かったら置いていくからね。
Better hurry, Ariel. If you're too late, I'll leave you behind. Poor Ariel. So, as Ariel, we just need to make our way to the start area, where we first entered this mission. Now, there's only one of these that work. All the others are disabled. This shuttle number 1 is the only one that still works. And everything else is shut down because of the explosion previously. And we get to see our lovely little Ariel just chilling and riding. And that's pretty much the end of mission 2. Pretty fun mission, a lot of interesting stuff going on. And Saki, I guess, is waiting for us. So we just gotta hop on the ship and we'll be done. 27 minutes left to spare. And here we get our summary of the mission. Depending on what steps you took and what things you did during the mission, you get bits and pieces of the story. So, and yeah, once again, I will try to explain a little bit that cutscene that we had in the last episode, but too much stuff going on here that I didn't want to interrupt. So we are going to head to the Tone Lab, which is where he's hiding out. He escaped from prison, and he's hiding out there. And the girls are going to go there and arrest him. So I got a decent score. Probably could have been better. But alright, let's start the final mission here. We'll get it going. And yeah, it feels like a really short game, and it kind of is, with only these 3 missions. Deep Black. But this, game was supposed to be kind of a, origin story for the 3 girls. And there was supposed to be more games, or hinted at a lot more. But unfortunately, this Team Innocent is the only entry we get. So he is explaining that the 3 girls, with their own decision, they've decided themselves they're going to head to the Tone Research Lab to arrest their father. It's where they were born, where they were created, and the place that he met them first. But they said they decided to do this on their own. Kind of, they're gonna go and confront their ghosts. So in a way, this whole game was kind of their origin story. He's saying it's not, his mission or his place to interfere. So he let the girls go, and they're gonna handle it. And the music here is really creepy.
まさかこんな形でここに帰ってくることになろうとはね。
She's thinking that they would never return to this place ever again. So there's a special barrier around the place, so we can't get the map, unfortunately. So she can't support us until we can, interfere with the barrier. So Ariel gave us these AMS cards. We have only 4 of them. And if we put them in certain area access boxes, we can disrupt the field and get the map. So we have to be careful. We have to leave the cards behind to get the map, and we only have 4 cards, and there are, like 6 or so areas. We gotta be careful because he's probably set a lot of traps for us. And of course this place is abandoned because the police came and arrested, took everything away. Welcome to the Tone Research Facility. Welcome home. Let's start the game. The rules are easy. You have to find me within the time limit. If you can find me, then you will win. But if you give up, or run out of time, now he's sort of calling them his failure. So this will be the ultimate test for his creation. You got 4 hours. And what is the truth? What really happened? And who is your enemy and who is your friend? Let's start. I heard it.
というわけなんだけど。
素敵なゲームじゃない。
What a wonderful game.
さっき電磁バリアを早く解除してね。これじゃ目隠しされたも同然よ。わかりました。それではかくれんぼを始めましょうか。
Let's start our game of hide and seek. So once again, in the mission we're in another giant abandoned facility, which is supposed to make it kind of creepy. But there's, lots of traps and robots and things that still remain, and of course the professor is somewhere. But this is where they were created, and so there's a bunch of really good cutscenes here kind of explaining the story. So no map. Which is unfortunate. Although the map isn't super useful in this game, but it can be nice to have because all the funny angles and everything you get, it gets pretty confusing where to go and where not to go. But yeah, to explain the cutscene in the last episode, he was there on the ship and he had programmed it to do some various things, and finding out that the three were alive. The professor said he was grateful for the GCPO for raising them to be, great first, experiments of his. And then he said, I want you all to return to me. So there was a drone with cameras, so he's watching their every move. I'm not sure why it's called people. Pipuru is the name of that thing, but it doesn't look like people at all. Looks like a camera vacuum cleaner on wheels. Sorry, but anyway, back to the story. And Saki refused, as did the other two girls, to return to the lab where they were born and continue to be his quote-unquote experiment. So they said, we're going to come and arrest you instead. So he said, alright, go ahead and come and arrest me. And of course he wants us to learn the truth. Because apparently some of the truth has been hidden from us. So these red things where you can set the cards. And once you do, you'll get the map of just that area. So this is the deck, where we arrived to. But this place has three large sections. It's kind of an asteroid or three asteroids that are sort of connected with giant pipes or whatever. And if you remember from the intro, this whole place was shut down in the beginning animation. And yeah, we have a 3-hour, 59-minute time limit, but it's ridiculous. I mean, there's no way you need 3 hours to finish this mission. You can easily do it in less than half the time. So it doesn't really add a lot of suspense, but there's a red key just randomly on that door there. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the AMS card. So it'll ask you if you want to pick up the AMS card. And when you do, you lose the map. You only have 4 cards. And I'm pretty sure there's something like 6 or so areas that can be mapped. So you want to put the 4 cards and leave them in the 4 places that are the most confusing. And this area is not too confusing. It's just the docking area, so I don't think we really need the map for this. Don't want to waste a card on it. Get me out of here. How many times do I have to point at the door? There we go. So we're going to follow where that little robot went. There he is. And I have no idea why that's called people. So a lot of the naming in this game was a little interesting. Kind of cracked me up as a kid. Like, why are those rats called heap? And why are those little robots called people? Doesn't look like people at all to me. Lots of cameras in here. Just watching us. So basically the professor's watching us. which is not cool, so I'm going to destroy them all. Fortunately, they don't fight back. This gun I'm using has infinite ammo, so I'm just using it to take out whatever. It's called a ray gun. It's kind of disappointing you don't actually see any rays or anything flying out of it. They really could have improved on that, I think. So these are the halls that are connecting the different sections of the research base. And we're going to go into these rooms and see these kind of illusions or replay videos that Saki gets to see of the past. Are they innocent or are they guilty?
あのように実験に使うなんて許せませんわ。もちろん有罪ですわね、皆さん。しかし、ここで有罪とするとだ。
They're talking about the fate of the professor.
あの子たちのことも含めてな。何なのこれは。
You know, if the girls are a threat or not.
でも、この子たちはどうなるの？
You know, there's no proof that they're humans. So we should probably just kill them.
有罪としたいのは山々だが、事実を公表するわけにはいかんか。
ではこうしてはどうでしょう。この際彼には狂人となってもらうというのは。
Now is the trial.
ベクター生物工業遺伝子事件の判決を述べる。被告人は前へ。判決だと。茶番だな。静粛に。主文、被告人を無罪とする。人間の遺伝子をもってその改造を行った罪の重さは計り知れない。しかしながら、それを裁く方は現時点においては存在しない。さらに被告自身がその犯行当時、巨大な妄想を抱き、自らを神と称し、悪魔のごとき所業を行った。
Listing all his crimes, his list of crimes pretty much against the laws, of course, of bioexperimentation.
被告クロノス・エンハンサーの身柄はその危険性を鑑み、しかるべく病院に収容するものとする。以上。
That's quite a lot of,
所詮貴様らの出した
threats against him.
程度のものよ。私を狂人とすることで事態の解決がつくとでも思っているのか。お前たちは爆弾を抱え込んだのだぞ。お前たちが私の作り出した娘たちを殺しでもしない限り、いずれその報いを受けるのだ。そしてこの私の偉大さを再び認識することになるのだ。
So you're saying, you're no different than me, you murderers. And he thought that, of course, they had killed the girls just because they were, the experiment. But that was kind of his trial. And yeah, Japanese love this kind of narrative where you're not really sure who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. You just have like two different opinions, really. Two different sides of the same coin. I know a lot of Tales games have like a similar concept. So is he really bad or good, or it was just politics? What? So here's another one.
シグルスから提案のあったチームイノセントの件だが、諸君の意見を聞きたい。ああ、12年前のクロノスの遺産とはまだ生きていたとは全く厄介なことですな。
これを使って GCP をの戦力とする。しかしな、所詮人に損ないではな。
しかしこの件については事件当時に判断されたのでしょう。
It's pretty difficult for the girls, trying to keep the girls' existence a secret, because there might be riots and problems, on Earth. people saying they should be put to death or not, but of course he tried to save them and he's trying to keep them a secret. And, keeping them, treating them as people, because they are people, not creations.
あのままの方が幸せであったかもしれないのです。
我々が暴かねば、あのような化け物がどれだけ作られていたかわからんのだぞ。
しかし、我々は
calling them monsters, don't. So he is sticking up for them.
それでどうなのだ。ここにある能力というのは。
And because they have special abilities, people would be afraid of them if their existence was known. So that's why they're keeping the three a secret, so they can kind of live in peace. So she's explaining the three abilities. Ariel can mess with electric systems, and of course Lilith is good at computers.
事実作り上げているんだからな。否定のしようがない。
ワーグナー長官、彼女たちは我々に協力したいと言っておるのです。
So he's going to have the girls work with him
チームイノセントとして GCPO に加えていただきたいのです。
and make this team innocent as part of the police force, a secret organization.
通称 TI の結成を認める。
TI.
本組織は GCPO には登録しないものとする。
And he says, the organization doesn't exist. And if they're found out, they're gonna deny knowledge of them or the organization of Team Innocent.
また TI についてはシグルス配下の SS としてその存在を表に出すこと、そのメンバーが一般社会に接触することを禁止する。
つまり動くことは構わぬが表には出る。幸いにして死んでくれればよいと言うわけ。
It's okay if they die
どうとっても構わぬが
or disappear. They'll still disavow knowledge. So kind of a tough spot. It's hard to decide what's justice, what's right, and what's wrong, what should be done with the girls. So these little things we're getting are these kind of virtual reality videos that have been showing the past. And Saki, of course, has been standing there, checking them out. First time for her to see them. This next one's probably one of my favorites. Kind of interesting. This will be from their childhood. So he treated them as his daughters, kind of, pretending to be their father. But was he really a kind man, or was he just, growing them up as his experiment? What? And there's some interesting, weird things in these side rooms. Hey, is Papa not coming today? A child? Where is Papa? I'm sorry, I don't know.
ねえ、お嬢ちゃんはどうしてこんなところにいるの？
Why are you in here?
名前は？
What's your name?
さっき
Saki.
さっきどうしたのさっき。
私がいるのよ。
I'm here.
私の目の前にここにいた頃の私が。
Right in front of me. It's me.
さっき
ねえ、さきちゃん、お姉ちゃんと一緒にここから出よう。
Would you like to
ね、
come out of this place with us?
いけないの。
I can't.
パパとお約束したの。
I promised
ここ
Papa
から出ちゃいけ
that
な
I
いの。
can't leave this place.
外には私たちをいじめる悪い人が
On the
いっぱい
outside,
いるの。
there's a lot of bad people that would be mean to us
そう、
if we left.
わかったわ。
I see.
じゃあね、お姉ちゃん。
See you later. So there's an interesting point there. People on the outside, how would they treat,
いじめる
you
悪い
know,
人。
a created
そう
human
かも
being?
しれないわね。
Would they, torture them or experiment on them or let them be, treat them as a human? That's kind of the questions going through everybody's mind right now. So apparently the doctor made another copy of Saki, perhaps? And yeah, I have no clue what that floating chicken is all about. Just gonna search this room. Shoot the chicken! So we can talk to this other Saki.
お姉ちゃんもここにいよう。鳥さんと一緒に。ねえ、ねえ。
It's like, you should stay here. This is a great place. With the chicken and me, let's play. Shoot him!
お姉ちゃん、鳥さんをいじめちゃダメ。
Hey, don't hurt the chicken. If you like, look at his eyes. It's freaky. Okay, this has been going on for a while, so I think we're going to end this episode. And in the next one, we'll continue this Mission 3 and finding out the truth and the rest of the details of these girls and their story. It's pretty interesting, so I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, everybody. じゃあ、またね. Let me know what you think of this story in the comments below.